All right, click the links for Odysee and BitChute. Thanks for the recent activity over there. Those sites are going to replace YouTube, which sounds a bit hyperbolic, but I don't think I'm exaggerating. So they say you can't swear during the first 30 seconds of a YouTube video, or it hurts the algorithm or something like that, which is why I'm stalling to get to the 30-second mark, because I feel the urge to swear profusely. This guy is... I'm showing you this picture so you can see it for these first 30 seconds so you can kind of wrap your head around what's going on. Then you need to look at your screen and wrap your head around this, which will fill out the story a little bit. Sort of flesh it out. Just get this in your head. Okay, back to Malcolm Spellman. He says, with me there, and with over half of our writing staff being black, and with our Marvel exec in the room being black, that was a requirement that if you're going to tell an honest story, Sam is a decidedly black character. We were... What does that mean? We know what color he is. We were aware when you put Sam and Rhodey on the screen together, we were aware of all this is Marvel's. They're not African, they're not from Wakanda, they are Marvel's two African-American heroes, blah, blah, blah. So that was the guy I just showed you the picture of. Marty Spellman. This guy. So you have those two images in your head of Spellman and Kellyman. And the Falcon and the Winter Soldiers, Aaron Kellyman defends her character, Morgan's bad acts as fighting for a good thing. Disney Plus series has no shortage of discussion around it, despite the show supposedly unable to keep a number of eyes on the screen. Even Tim Pool said it was getting too woke and he was not into it. Now, alongside the racial politics shows and try to insert into its superhero story, we're getting into the socio-political messaging. Oh, this is my shocked face. Spoilers, yeah, spoilers. The Falcon and Winter Soldier audience is introduced to a group called the Flag Smashers. They're, you know, the funny thing is like, yeah, they're as subtle as a rhino, but they think they're clever. They think I just imagine them rubbing their hands together and they're saying, oh, really? You're going to pull one over on these chats. We're going to get them to watch this show. You're too left-wing even for Tim Pool, who's pretty left-wing. Oh, Tim Pool thought earlier about me. Really? Are you sure about that? I don't think Mr. Tim Pool. They're rebelling against the government. Okay, just call them Antifa, you pussies. Seeking to bring the world back to how it was before the blip, time when the government was more stable, perhaps. However, the group's also focused on giving shelter and medicine to this display. You know, I just saw the Portland Andy's live streams. He was live streamed this morning. Get in. Antifa and BLM so far have burned down, I don't know, a few billions in buildings. Oh, well, people's lives are more important than property. Yeah, okay, but you also departed from this mortal coil 4 people and snuggled probably the same amount of women who were around that area. In fact, the first night of the BLM riots, they snuggled 2 women and deleted one of them. That was BLM. 4 BLM guys attacked 2 white chicks who were, you know, I guess in the area. So, lay down with dogs and you will get fleas. In an interview, actor Aaron Kellyman, who plays the leader, spoke about the role and how she understood the character. Firstly, that was a gender swap and a race swap. I guess a quarter of a race swap, a half of a race swap. Do you need to see her picture again? I don't like to show you her picture again. I'm not saying, if I say anything, is she a purse puppy? Like, if I say anything, will I get in trouble on YouTube? Oh, I might. It's funny. It's like you can attack certain people's looks and other people's are sort of like more equal than equal. 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. We're always at war with the Oceana. I remember when the firemen put out fires. I'm trying to say she fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. But then so did that other guy, Kellyman, and what was the other guy's name? I already forgot. Malcolm something. They're the Antifa analogs. Interview, she says that these bad acts are fine. Oh, and then they said in the show they give out, like, I don't know, water bottles to the oppressed and marginalized. Well, real world Antifa and BLM don't actually do that. They're basically those people like those people who commit those acts in the Middle East. They're like those people, that T word. I thought that was really brave and inclusive, and it was an important thing to do. Well, it doesn't appear like this inclusivity is working out too well for America. Just throwing that out there for as long as I can while on YouTube. I was really thankful. Once I read the scripts, she was fighting for a good cause, and it's a good thing to, cause $1 billion in damage and delete about 4 people in the BLM riots. So why did Bank of America, why did they give $1 billion to BLM? Soros gave $250 million. Oh, that's just a trope. That's just a histophobic trope about Soros. He gave $250 million to BLM. Bank of America, so literally Soros and the banks give billions to these groups who commit bad acts. Oh, it's anti-histophobic if you say it's literally the truth. Are you saying facts are histophobic? Yes, they are saying facts are histophobic. It's interesting to be able to relate to what her passion is. Terrorism, that's her passion. She's brave and inclusive, like inclusivity, all right? Diversity, not working out for people. So I watched this Portland Andy stream today, and Antifa would go around, and they would find an elderly white guy, like sitting at a cafe drinking coffee or on a bicycle, just standing by and watch. And they would find this elderly white guy. They did it twice to 2 elderly white guys. And they would surround him and start calling him a Nazi. Just a 65-year-old guy just standing back and watching. Like, one of the guys had a cane. And they just stood around him yelling at him. Like, everyone with their camera out. Everyone, like, dressed up in helmets. And just the most ridiculous peak Weimar conditions you could ever. Anyway, okay, so they gender swapped and they race swapped the character. Hey, knock yourself out. And to say the flag smashers are fighting for a good thing, that's a hard no. The flag smashers are actually peaceful people of the peaceful groups. In the 3rd episode of the series, her group takes a number of hostages inside a government building. Gee, go set that ICE facility free. They tried to, there's an ICE jail filled with Mexican people. And so Antifa tried to burn it down. It was full of, there's probably a dozen ICE agents, but there's, full of Mexican illegals, and they tried to burn them alive. So what exactly are you doing, Antifa? Her group infiltrates a facility to steal, to distribute to kids in various displacement camps. Well, Antifa and BLM don't actually help anyone, except themselves. One of the leaders of Antifa, she owns like 4 homes in California. She's a millionaire. She just bought a home for $1.4 million in Southern California somewhere in a 99% white area, 98.6% white area. So she's down with the cause, except she doesn't actually want to live among the cause because, So she walks out with one of her comrades and refuses to take her own vehicle. As they enter the vehicle parked close to the facility, it explodes, effectively killing all hostages in the building. And she raised her fist and said, "Comrades, diversity is our strength." Except, of course, diversity isn't actually turning out to be a strength. And then she says violence is okay when they do it, because this is the only language that these people understand. So in Portland Andy streams, you can watch this guy, and Antifa does this. Like, there'll be a little old lady trying to cross the street, and they'll call her a Nazi. You're like, how effing developmentally disabled do you have to be to not understand what optics are? Anyway, I don't even know why I bother with YouTube. It's like not be able to say, hold on. So I forgot his name. Is Malcolm Spellman. He's the black guy who writes a bunch of shows that are anti-white. This guy with the Jew fro going on there. He's the black guy who is representative of the. He's the black voice in Hollywood. Come on, if you're in BLM, if you just at some point you got to wake up, right? Some point, I know some of you guys are like, if you're black guys, you got it. I know some of you are waking up. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Go to Odysee. Go to BitChute. You can talk to me on Discord, but it is, like I said, full of